Okay, here we go. I've got a little video I need to put together. I had a shipment of silver come in here last night. And as usual, I did a little spot check, and I usually don't check every one. I'll grab one tube or two tubes and just check all of them and see how they go. Had some come in with some very questionable results on my Sigma metalytics metal analyzer, and never had a problem before, but I was kind of going through and looking, and I got us some Indian head buffalo rounds. They're 1 ounce, 999 fine silver, US of A, all that good stuff. And kind of started checking them, and as I'm going through the tube, they're kind of coming up, and that's just pretty normal that the through check is going to be down just a little bit off of the green and the yellow, and the surface check will be a little bit off. It's not concerning me, so it's fairly normal. So I was going through some of these, and they were coming up about in the standard range, and then all of a sudden I kind of started getting into these guys a little bit more. Like, whoa, you know, we're getting down there. And it's consistently the same coins over and over. So this guy is actually the best one of my, what I'm calling my failure pile. Put the second one out here. This guy is just barely out of that red. I'm gonna sit here and play with him long enough, he'll dive down into the red, and it'll give me a failure. Like, okay. So those two were kind of the ones that tipped me off, and I kept going through the whole sleeve, and then I started running into these. This thing is way off the scale. Not even close. It doesn't even register. Not even on the scale. Next one here. Not even on the scale. Not even on the scale. Now, when I called in, they said, oh, well, those testers somehow get off. Here's one I grabbed that had passed. And they're consistently coming in the same every time. So I know my tester is giving me consistent results, but I figured I'd do a little bit of checking. I'll put this guy back on the good pile. Here's another failed coin. He's gonna be clear out of the scale. I mean, I think that's my worst one. So I like, well, you know, maybe it is my tester. So I went and grabbed some other stuff. Got some nice Golden State Mint Indian heads. Nope. I've already checked all of my stuff with these. They all come in good. Actually, these, most everything else I've gotten always at least has that through check in the green. Not these guys. It just really kind of irked me that when I called in, first thing they wanted to do was tell me how my tester is bad. There's a nice little Australian 4.9 fine, just right there in that nice green area on both ends. Just an outstanding coin. There she is. So I started checking some of the other coins and all this good stuff, and I thought, well, maybe I better go check. So thankfully, this awesome analytics tester, or metalytics tester, will allow me to change the metal that I'm looking for. So I dumped it down to I believe it's pre-2012 Britannia. They made 96%. And I think these were my two. Those two that were clear down in the yellow, now all of a sudden they're in the green. That's kind of letting me believe I got about 96% silver there. This one, I believe this was that first one that was kind of, it was up in the yellow. So I think we're a little bit high up in the green here. I generally would kind of want to be down in the center of the green, if not just a little bit lower, especially with that 999 fine, or that 49 Australian kangaroo we had down there. I know that thing's golden. So I would say that this guy that's advertised as 999 fine silver is probably coming in about 0.97. Not too excited about that. That other one's coming in at about 0.96. It was coming in pretty good right there. I'll go ahead and throw this guy up there. This one that failed up there is still failing at 96%. Still failing. Doesn't even pass the 96th percentile. And there it is. 0.999 fine. So let's go ahead and just kind of change our, come on up to 92.5 sterling. There she is. That coin is 92.5% silver, 7.5% copper. Look, so's that one. And so's that one. So to the company that I called, I'm not going to put your name out. I suggest you start testing with those testers that you claim to be testing it with, because these coins are not 999 fine. And of the 22 or the 20 rounds I had in that tube, I'm saying I've got 25% failure rate. That needs to get some attention and needs to get looked at. I'll leave this video up for a little bit until I hear otherwise, but at the very least, this has been a good demonstration of my Sigma metalytics tester and a good demonstration of why we check our stuff when we get it. Have a good day, folks.